Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming, sharing this time with me. My name is Pat McPherson, and this is my last speech for this class at Columbia College, and I'm so excited. Who in here text while driving?
I'm a little guilty of that.
Now,
I should stop that.
do you understand that I don't care how good of a driver you are, it's kind of like multitasking, but multitasking in a bad way. It only takes 5 seconds for you to take your eyes off the road. And then in that 5 seconds, you look up, and there's a car right in front of you, and you're not able to stop in time. When you don't text, when you take the pledge not to text and drive, you not only save your life, but you save the lives of others. If, for example, I'm driving at 55 miles an hour, and in 5 seconds I can drive across a football field. So that means I'm not going at a speed where I should be doing anything else but have my eyes on the road. I know it's hard to put the phone down when you're driving, because, you know, somebody sends you a text and, Cleo wants me to talk to her. Let me just text her back, says, I'm driving. But in the 2 seconds that you take to do that, you cause an accident, you swerve to somebody else's lane, you sideswipe somebody, or you're in the fast lane going 45 miles an hour because you have no clue how fast you're going, because now your brain is not into the multitasking mode, but in a mode where you're texting and driving, so that's all you're concentrating on. And you're there going 45 miles an hour, not even knowing that you're not speeding. You know how many times I drive by somebody, I'm like, why are they going so slow? And then I look at them on the steering wheel. And even though it says, in Georgia, the law is don't text and drive, don't even read your text. If it's that important, then you should find somewhere to pull over, respond to the text, say I'm on the road, I'll talk to you later, or call the person at the time. And it's because people don't talk to each other anymore. Everybody wish everybody happy birthday, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas by text. Happy New Year. I got 50 million texts for Happy New Year because nobody picks up the phone and call anymore.
It's over.
Yeah, but people just can't seem to put the phone down. And I noticed that more so, not the teenagers and young adults are the ones who are always texting and driving. Well, except for my sister.
Your sister does not text, answer the phone. It's not that important. You can wait.
Right. And so, because my philosophy is, if somebody is dying, it's better, instead of calling me, call 911. Because I can't help them. If somebody is hurt on the side of the road, it's best to call 911 first, and then you try to get in touch with somebody else. Because at the time that you're texting that person and they're stopping to respond to your text, driving and texting, they're now going to be in another incident because they're trying to respond to your urgent text. So, like I said before, if it's urgent, go out, pull off to the side of the road, respond to it, or call the person and say, look, I'm driving, I just pull off to make sure that you're okay, everything's okay. If everything's okay, I'll call you in a few minutes. I'll be at where I'm going in 20 minutes, or, you know, and then you just tell them what when you don't text and drive, you save lives, not just yours, but somebody else's. Always remember that I don't care how good a driver you are, that you think that you can multitask and drive. It's just too much distraction for a person driving. None of us here are always driving at 25 miles an hour. So if you're driving at a certain speed, or any speed at all, you should focus on the road and not on your cell phone. Unfortunately for a lot of us, we don't do that. I hope that from this, you'll be persuaded to not text and drive, or use the alternative, pulling over and responding so that they know that you're driving. Does anybody have any questions? Do you agree, Julie, that texting?
I agree what she's saying.
But
Ask Anne why she's texting and driving.
It's not just Ann. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody say it's not just Ann.
But you know, the cell phone, if somebody calls me, there's an option that comes up, and you can tell them I'm driving, or I'm in the bathroom.
But you still have to take your eyes off the road, but that 5 seconds is what caused the problem. You know, over how many teens have died in Georgia? Since I moved here 7 years ago, there have been 12 teenagers that have died from texting and driving.
The thing that I find really confounding to me is when I'm driving down the street and I'm seeing not teenagers texting and driving,
Grown-ups.
Grown women, somebody's grandmother sitting there texting while she. I'm like, are you kidding me? You do know you're like 60, right? Like, what are you doing? Your reaction time isn't that great to begin with.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
Grown people.
And the older we get, our reaction time to a lot of things in front of us, because you know people drive and they don't think about the other person. They're pulling out in front of you, they pull out in front of you, and you don't have your eyes on the road. You're texting. Next thing you look up, zoom, and now you either have to go. Your insurance is going to increase, or somebody got hurt, or you know you hit a kid, heaven forbid, or somebody's dog or somebody's cat that they can't live without. Lord have mercy. I don't know what would happen to if something like that happened. In this neighborhood, somebody ran over somebody's dog, and it was because they were texting, and they never stopped to say, you know, well, you just ran over your dog, whatever. They just kept on going, and you know the police found them eventually. And you know, I don't know if they had to like go to court and pay these people a fine or what they had to do to make up for what they did. But it's just it's not that the phone is not that important. Sometimes I get 7, 8 texts from one person when I'm in church. I'm not responding because I'm not responding to my phone while I'm in church. So don't try to get in touch with me. But I'll come back and I'll see that you text me or you call me, and then I'll respond when I'm done. But the whole thing about texting and driving is that you think that you could do it. We all feel that way, that you can do it and you can maintain control of your vehicle, but you can't because it only takes 5 seconds. 5 seconds for an accident. So we're not going to do that anymore. Well, thank you very much, and I hope you learned something, and that you're persuaded Anne not to do it again. Thank you. Thank you.